knocked down the triple.
Biggest three of the game right there.
15. Timeout, Lakeside Lutheran.
And with that, Madison, Wisconsin, you better get ready. So for the first time in school history, the Kiel Raiders will be moving on to state.
It has been a wonderful ride to be a part of, and guess what? We are coming your way next Thursday, Madison, Wisconsin.
The clock strikes 0 and it's official. The Kiel Raiders are going to Madison.
Welcome to Kiel Raider Radio. We bring you from Berlin High School. A late start to the broadcast here tonight, but we bring you action with 4.5 to play in the second quarter. Berlin leads the Raiders 14-0. Kiel holding themselves on defense here. We'll try to recap the game as much as we can throughout this end of the second quarter here. But currently Kiel with the ball at the 40-yard line. New set of downs. Yeah, we have a late broadcast here. We apologize, but we should be all up and running now. Miles Detroit, Brandon Muehlbauer, Allie Muehlbauer on camera duty here tonight for a special broadcast in Berlin, week 2 of the football season. Let's get you set with the action right now. It's a snap to Kienbaum, hit hard on the keeper, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, able to keep pushing, picks up about 6 yards. Nice run off the keeper from the junior Brady Kienbaum, and it'll be 2nd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, great work from Kienbaum there. The blocking kind of just got missed. Like, the entire defensive line of Berlin just went right through. But Brady Kienbaum able to break a couple tackles, get a 6-7 yard gain, something like that.
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, we'll try to recap this game as much as we can here in the second quarter. Here's the 2nd and 4, snap to Kienbaum, drops back, looking long. He's going to pass it out to Holtz. He's got it on the near side. What a catch from the junior Holtz and the connection from junior to junior.
Yeah, and again, it kind of looked like Berlin's defensive line just keeps getting through that young offensive line of the Raiders and just is able to put pressure on Kienbaum. Kienbaum doing really well, being able to throw good passes out of that pressure.
So we have a 14-0 score. Opening drive touchdown for Berlin was Jacob I keep thinking of my teammate, Jacob Martin, the running back for Berlin. Opening drive touchdown. Here's a nice run from Schaefer up the chute inside the 30-yard line. Raiders on the bounce here, knocking on the door on this Berlin defense.
Yeah, great work from the defensive line or the offensive line of the Raiders, able to give. Schaefer was barely touched through almost that entire run.
Under 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Berlin 14, Kiel 0. Snap to Kienbaum. Looking to the far side. Pump fakes, rolling out to the near side. Throws one to the near side receiver, looking for Baldwin, but it's incomplete. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, and that time Kienbaum had a lot of time in the pocket, just great secondary work from Berlin there. But Kienbaum had a ton of time in the pocket, couldn't get anything going. But great work from the Raiders' offensive line. I
suppose we'll try to recap this first half for you, the action you missed at halftime. For now, we're going to cover the action right now happening on your screen. 2nd and 10 here from the 30. Raiders knocking on the door, looking for their first score of the night. Kienbaum from the shotgun, Schaefer to his right. They give it on the RPO. Kienbaum's going to keep it himself, brought down right away. Loss of 1 or 2 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd and 12 coming up.
Yeah, we talked about earlier. Jacob Martin had a touchdown earlier this game. He had three of the Berlin touchdowns last year in Kiel.
Yes,
so
he did.
Big contributor. Also led the team in both rushing yards and rushing touchdowns a season ago.
And another running back from last year was number 4, Carter Hess. He is now Berlin's quarterback, keeping a lot of quarterback keepers. Also plays a little bit of running back when Cannon Belter's at the quarterback spot. Gardner goes in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Kienbaum looking back. Long pass over to the near side, looking for Andrew Kleinhunts. Just overthrew him, and it'll be incomplete. And it's going to be a 4th and long here for the Raiders offense.
You'll have to fill me in, Miles. It seems like the Raiders are passing the ball a lot more than week 1.
They have been.
Have they been the entire game?
Kienbaum threw an interception in the first quarter, but then the Raiders, Berlin offense fumbled it, and the Raiders actually recovered the fumble, so basically got it right back. But after that drive, they punted out. Berlin defense held them. So here we go. It's a 4th and long. Raiders going to go for it. From the 32-yard line, Kienbaum in the shotgun, gets the snap, plays blown dead, near side official. I believe is looking to call a pre-snap penalty here. False start on the Raiders. Going to back them up. It was 4th and 12. Now it's going to be 4th and 17. So a 4th and long and now a 4th and very long, Brandon.
Yeah. I was focusing on fixing the scoreboard a little bit, but I couldn't see who jumped
I'm not sure.
start on that one.
I didn't see.
But now the Raiders, they'll have to work because now that for sure bumps them out of any high school kicker's field goal range. So they'll have to get a first here.
4th and 17 from the 37. Kienbaum from the shotgun. 1:52 to play. Gardner goes in motion. Fake the jet sweep once again. Deep drop back. Throws one up for Schaefer. It's intercepted on the near side. Carter Hess on the run. Near side. Inside the 40. Still on his feet. 20, 15. Brought down out of bounds by number 75, Connor Bondi. What a return from Carter Hess off the Brady Kienbaum interception. And now Kiel was knocking on the door. Now Berlin's knocking right back on the door, Brandon.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that from a mile away. I don't know who was the receiver on this near side. I don't know who he was looking for, but he just was not even looking for the ball. Where the defender, you could see he was Hess, was that?
Yep.
He was just scouting it from the get-go, and now we have a timeout taken by the Berlin Indians.
Today's Kiel Raider football game is proudly supported by Premier Financial Credit Union, Todd Olig and New York Life, the Gravel Pit Sports Bar and Grill, Kiel Booster Club, Signature Flooring and more, Amplify Health by Bell and Titletown, Parker John's Barbecue and Pizza, Yard 65 Brewing Events, Kiel Lounge, Albright Again LLC, On Point Financial Group, Rex Bakery, Collins State Bank, Crest Real Estate, Goodfellas Barbershop, Dynamic Heating and Cooling, Craig Benversi, your Dairyland seed dealer, Drexel Building Supply, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. So a 14-0 Berlin lead here in the second quarter. Minute 37 to play. Raiders were dealing with a 4th and very long 17 yards. Kienbaum throws a pick looking for Schaefer. Carter Hess on the interception, and now Berlin offense knocking on the door here from the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and if the Raiders want to stay in this game, they're going to want to be able to stop them here for the next minute 30.
Hess under center, 3 backs behind him. They give it to Martin. Martin with a nice run, breaking 2 tackles into the end zone. Touchdown, Berlin Indians. That is the strength we talked about with Martin breaking through 3 Raider tackles and Berlin on the board for their 3rd touchdown of the night, Brandon.
Yeah, and I just talked about it. They had to keep Berlin out of the end zone if they wanted to stay in this game. Weren't able to, but now they're going to have a chance on offense to be able to get that score back and stay in this one.
Yeah, Martin last year had a phenomenal rushing game, a 73-yard rushing touchdown last year and an 80-yard touchdown last year as well. Every time Berlin has scored tonight, they have wanted to go for 2. This is part of their offense, is not kicking extra points. It's going for 2 every time they score. And they are 1 for 2 so far tonight, Brandon. As you see, it was 14-0 before. And this is something the Raiders really emphasized in practice. They need to get a stop on the goal line. They can't give up any extra points. It's going to be the difference of the game.
100% here.
It'll be Hess under center, 2 backs behind him, one of them being Martin. Snap to Hess. He's looking to the far side. Pylon. It's caught on the far side by number Hayden Reddington, number 8. That is going to be a name in the second half. You see Hayden Reddington, the best receiver on this Indians team. The senior, also a big contributor last year for Berlin. And Brandon, Indians lead 22-0 approaching halftime. 1.5 to play.
Yeah, and the Raiders are gonna have to, like I said earlier, come right back down the field, and they're gonna have to score before half if they want to stay in this one. I think if they can score here before half, they'll still have a chance in this game. Berlin, not too much of a second half team. We saw that last year, so.
The key to achieving your long-term financial objectives is preparation. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agent, Todd Olig. You can find Todd on the 300 block of Fremont Street in Kiel. He looks forward to seeing you soon. Go Raiders. 1.5 minutes to play before halftime. We bring you partial second quarter action here from Berlin High School. And now it'll be the Indians to kick it away. Raiders looking for a little 1.5 minute drill before the half. Here's the kickoff from Green. Go to the far side. The return being Schaefer. Actually being Colin Schwartz, the other returner beside Schaefer. And the Raiders will set up shop at about the 36-yard line. And they'll bring back out this Raiders offense led by the junior Kienbaum, looking for something here before the end of the half as they're scoreless to this point, Brandon.
Yeah, the Raiders were able to set up their wall on that kick return. I thought maybe Schwartz would have been able to get out of it, maybe break for a longer run there. But right now they're not in bad field position. And
absolutely. Tune in to Facebook along the way here. We'll give you a shout out, making sure our stream is running here on an away field. Yeah,
we saw Gavin Bartz come off the field. It looks like Odin Boyer will take over for him. There's a pass to Blake Gardner. Gardner not able to get too much, but he'll get a good 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, nice out pass to the senior Gardner, one of the wide receivers for the Raiders. Sets up now at the 40-yard line. And it'll be a gain of 3 and a 2nd and 7 from the 40-yard line coming up. Pat Nett watching from Jamaica. 2nd and 7. Kienbaum hands it to Schaefer, near side. Schaefer's got some room to run, breaks one tackle, pushed out of bounds right at midfield. It'll be enough to move the chains for the Raiders. Nice run from Schaefer. Saw some frustration from Coach Eswine, but Raiders able to move the chains, and nevertheless, they set up shop at midfield.
Yeah, and on the other side of the field, and during that last drive, I saw they ran basically that same play to the other side, and that time Kienbaum kept it. This time he hands it off, and I think that was the right decision.
Kienbaum in the shotgun, Schaefer next to his left. 2 receivers near side. Snap to Kienbaum. Pressure comes, and he is brought down for a sack. One who got to him was number 52, Carson Whitney. Kienbaum has had a few mistakes so far in this game through that interception, has had a few sacks off air, and brings them back to the 40-yard line after that run from Schaefer where they were before.
Yeah, and that play just blown up from the start. The Berlin defensive line just got right through the small offensive line of the Raiders.
Snap to Kienbaum, handed off to Schaefer. Schaefer right up the chute. Nice run for Schaefer. Far side. Schaefer's got some room to run. Brought down by 2 Berlin defenders. Got into the secondary, and nice run from Schaefer there, making up for the sack on Brady Kienbaum.
Yeah, great.
That is halftime.
Great work from the Raiders.
Yeah, I was going to say one singular second here before the half ends. The Raiders will go for one last chance here on a new set of downs, and they'll be at the 36-yard line.
I was about to say, I was wondering why, when they said that the half was ended, I was wondering why Eswine wouldn't have taken the timeout there.
They had a few to spare.
Yeah, definitely the right decision to take that timeout. You get one more play.
Yep.
But on that play, just beautifully blocked from the line. I don't think Mason Schaefer was touched until 20 yards upfield.
Yeah, into the secondary he went, and he wasn't touched until that secondary got to him. Those 2 Berlin defenders were able to tackle him down. at the 36-yard line is where the Raiders will get one last shot before the half. They'll be looking for some receivers. Ryan Holtz, Blake Gardner, Josh Baldwin. There are 3 primary receivers that they'll be looking to go to.
Yeah, and Berlin's secondary was definitely playing off, assuming that they were going to go past there.
Gardner in the slot. Holtz, they hand it to Schaefer instead, running. Going to go on the ground. Schaefer brought down out of bounds at the 25, near side. And that is going to take us to the half. Never mind, there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, decline from Berlin.
Yep.
It must have been a hold. Yeah.
Penalty will be declined, so nevertheless it will send us to halftime. Kiel 0, Berlin 22. We'll step aside, take a break, and bring you the halftime show. You're listening to Kiel Football.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
As with most other things in life, the key to achieving your long-term financial objectives is preparation. Your goal may be to protect your family during your working years, or guarantee your own retirement security. These things won't happen by accident. It is important to map out a strategy that will help you meet those goals. The good news is that it is never too late to start. Of course, preparing your financial future can be intimidating. Luckily, you do not have to do it alone. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agent, Todd Holick. You can find Todd on the 300 block of Fremont Street in Kiel. Todd brings knowledge and expertise to help families and businesses in Kiel and surrounding communities achieve financial success. He looks forward to seeing you soon. Go Raiders.
Enjoy house-made craft beers and cocktails in our newly renovated tap room, brew house, and event hall. With over 14 craft beers and cocktails now on tap, Yard 65 Brewery is a family-friendly venue that is perfect for afternoons on the patio, evenings out, or as an event space for weddings, meetings, and celebrations of all sizes. Stop in to experience the historical charm of the Yard 65 Brewery in downtown Kiel. Follow us on Facebook for updates on current beer offerings and specials. Yard 65 Brewery.
With over 15 years of experience, Dynamic Heating and Cooling is the only call you need to make for your air conditioner, furnace, air handler, boiler, or ductless system needs. They offer free estimates so you know exactly what to expect when they come to temperature rescue. Call 920-838-5599 for your heating and cooling needs. Dynamic Heating and Cooling supports your Kiel Raiders. Proud supporter of Raider football, the Kiel Booster Club provides support for all students and all co-curriculars at Kiel High School. KBC raises funds through a variety of events, including the Kiel Triathlon, raffles, uncorked, concessions to financially support all co-curriculars while enhancing experiences and creating opportunities beyond KSD's budgetary contributions. Find out more info at KielBoosterClub.com. Follow us, Kiel Booster Club, on Facebook. We welcome you to Berlin High School here, the halftime show, as I try to score up for you all. A 22-0 lead for Berlin as we bring you partial second quarter action, but we will have full second half action for you here from Berlin High School. 22-0 lead for the Indians. Berlin came out firing from the start and really never looked back. It started with a Jacob Martin touchdown on the opening drive. Then the Raiders threw a pick on their opening drive, but recovered with a fumble. Recovered a Berlin fumble, I can't speak. Then Kiel punted, Berlin punted, Kiel punted again, and then the Indians responded with a 40-yard touchdown off the quarterback Carter Hess on the quarterback keep. And that is where we are, and we brought you the third touchdown action, Jacob Martin. And that is where we stand to this point. A rocky start to week 2 of the broadcast. We were only able to bring you partial second quarter action, but I'm glad we can bring you the rest of this second half here from hour and a half from Kiel, Wisconsin, here in Berlin, Wisconsin. If you're tuned into the Facebook, give us or comment on the Facebook. We'll give you a shout out here from Berlin. See 16 viewers, and Feel free to comment, make sure we're all live. Obviously, with an away booth setup, it's a little different, so we want to make sure we're live. So feel free to reach out to Brandon and myself. But Brandon, our first call of the year, a rocky start, but he comes back and leaving for college on Saturday already for Whitewater. How's that feel?
It feels pretty good. Yeah. I just got back running from the bathroom. If I'm a little exhausted. Had to run across the field. But, yeah, leave for Whitewater tomorrow, so I'll have an early morning after a late night. But it's worth it.
It is.
Worth it.
Yeah, Brandon's going to study journalism at UW Whitewater. As you see he's doing now. This is your dream job, broadcast announcer?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Sweet. Well, I recapped the first half of what the viewers missed. I'll recap once again for you, Brandon, because Brandon was not here as well. We had some broadcast issues, but a opening drive touchdown for Berlin by Jacob Martin. And then Kiel got their first opening drive and threw a pick, but then they recovered a Berlin fumble. And then there was a Kiel punt, Berlin punt, Kiel punt, and then a 40-yard touchdown by the quarterback Carter Hess on a keeper. So then that is where we are to this point. Who scored the third touchdown? Martin, right?
Yes.
And they've been stuffed for one of the times. They've been successful twice. They have not attempted an extra point so far to this point here tonight. But the halftime here from Berlin, 22-0 your score. Well, Brandon, from what you saw so far, what have you thought about just the game overall? Kiel's defense mostly is what is going to have to keep them in this game in the second half. What did you think of their defense in the first?
Yeah, we didn't really get to see too much defense.
What you saw.
I got here right as the second touchdown was scored, and then it was one play and they were back in the end zone. So, nothing too much to see there, but from keeping them to one score through basically 2.5 quarters, that's pretty good. Obviously that last one tough. The interception was taken right to within the 10-yard line, and there's really not much you can do there. But I think I've been impressed with the Raiders' offense. For the most part, they're getting down the field. It's just one mistake, and Berlin capitalizes on it and is able to win the game off of one or two mistakes.
Right. And Kiel was really knocking on that door before that second interception from Kienbaum. They had a 4th and 17 from the 37-yard line, I believe, of Berlin. And just, the youngness and a little bit of the inexperience of Kienbaum at quarterback kind of just, got a little greedy and tried to find Schaefer, but Carter Hess was right there reading the eyes of Kienbaum, and he had a nice interception and a return that eventually set up Berlin's third touchdown of the evening. And that is where we are to this point, a 22-0 halftime score. Miles Detroit, Brandon Muehlbauer, Allie Muehlbauer on camera duties for tonight. We're glad he could join us. Like I mentioned before, tune into the Facebook, give us a comment, and we'll give you a shout-out. Sharon says, great job announcing, guys. Come on, Raiders. Shout-out to Linda Baumgart. Let's go, Kiel Raiders. Crystal Ketter says, let's go, Raiders. You can make a comeback. They absolutely can. This Raiders team, I talked to Coach Eswine in a recent interview, and he credited that Week 1 Sheboygan Falls victory to their effort, their off-season preparation that is so big for them and this Kiel football program. That credited to their Week 1 win was their effort and young guys stepping up when they had second-half cramps. Mm-hmm. He said a big part of their win was guys stepping up and overall just their effort that they put in. And in this second half, Brandon, they're going to need a lot of effort if they want to win this game.
Yeah. You said that you were able to talk to Coach Eswine. I was able to talk to wide receiver Ryan Holt, who who was so close on having that
first
long touchdown for the Raiders, just got called back on a hold.
Yep.
And he said the focus that they are still credible, even losing the 21 seniors that they lost last season, was holding themselves accountable. They're putting all of their effort in. They're holding each other accountable. They're holding themselves accountable, and they're like that. That is what is going to keep this team in games like this, because if I'm Berlin, to be honest, I don't know if maybe they start letting off the gas, but if Berlin starts letting off the gas, Kiel's going to be able to exploit that. Kiel has never been a team to just lay down and die for anybody.
Right, exactly, and that goes into the effort that they put in that off-season preparation. Their Week 1 win was great, a 27-0 win. You'll take that against a Sheboygan Falls team to open up your season. I think a lot of people were questionable what this team is going to look like. You mentioned the 21 seniors they graduated. Kind of a completely reloaded roster. Those 21 seniors, every single one of them played a huge role on this team. And, having young guys, they have a great freshman group. I talked to Coach Eswine. He said the 5 now seniors, Kyle Koenig, Logan Miller, Jeremiah Funkhauser, Blake Gardner, and who am I missing? Oh, my gosh. One more, I think. Andrew Salm have really stepped up in their Week 1, showed really good leadership, and that was a credit to their win against the Falcons.
Yeah, and before last week's game, I was looking down Kiel's stats of the returners. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 returners that had stats last season.
Yeah.
So
talk about a reloaded roster.
Exactly.
That is it.
Talk about a rebuild, and that is what the Raiders have been doing, rebuilding, and to succeed this much, I mean, it is not easy to shut out a high school varsity football team like they did to the Sheboygan Falls Falcons last week.
No matter the skill of any team, now here they play a very talented Berlin team. Obviously, you score at half 22-0. They're going to have some digging to do in the second half, but it's nothing that this Raiders team can't accomplish. So, yeah. It'll be a good second half.
Yeah, and I think the big part about being able to make a comeback like this is you have to stay together. You can't if they're in the locker room and right now and they're going, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. That's not going to help anything. It's got to be we've got to do something. We've got to change something. We as a team need to change either our work ethic or change how hard we're going or change our communication. It's not you. It's we, I's, stuff like that. You got to know what you're doing wrong, and you got to know what we can improve on.
And I think that absolutely defines this Raiders team. I don't think there's any person out there saying me. It's all we, and that's something I talked to Mason Schaefer about the same day in an interview is in their offseason, they really got together, bonded a lot. With a reloaded roster, you got to get the guys together and, kind of figure out who are we going to be this season. We're a completely different team. What do we want to accomplish this season? And, what can we do uniquely in the 2025 football season? So
yeah, and to have that bond, you have to have one of your captains, one of your leaders step up. And Ryan Holtz told me in the interview that I had with him that Jeremiah Funkhauser has been helping everybody, has been helping him. He's been putting together team building activities and helping the upperclassmen get to know the underclassmen.
Let's talk a little bit about Berlin. They return a lot of great players. We've talked about them a little bit on this broadcast here. Jacob Martin being a really big one, solid running back, super strong, super fast. As I mentioned, he had a 73 and an 80-yard rushing touchdown last year in the Week 2 victory for the Raiders in the 2024 campaign. Hayden Reddington, now senior wide receiver for Berlin, by far their best wide receiver for the Indians. And a running back last year was Carter Hess, and now he is their quarterback for the Indians. So, I mean, just a lot of great senior leaders, a lot of experience for the Indians, and it's really showed here in this first half, Brandon.
Did Carter Hess not play quarterback last season?
No,
I thought he did.
Their quarterback last year was Aaron Bartle.
Okay. I thought he kind of split time.
He had running back and wide receiver reps, I believe, last year too. So he has been all over the place these past 2 years, and we are gonna step aside here. The scoreboard closes out. The Raiders start stretching. We're going to take a break, and we are closing in on beginning of second half action. You're listening to high school football on Kiel Raider Radio.
Go Kiel Raiders! Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams. With offices in Kiel, New Holsting, and Chilton, Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit yourpfcu.com.
Are you looking for a great atmosphere and great food? Look no further than the Gravel Pit in Kiel. Try one of our great weekly specials. Burgers on Tuesdays, Chef's Choice on Wednesdays, wrap and fries on Thursdays. Get yourself a steak sandwich and fries or a perch basket with potato salad before Raider football on Friday nights. Then finish your week with a crispy chicken sandwich and fries on Saturdays. Call 920-894-8493 for details. The Gravel Pit, located just outside of Kiel on Highway 57.
Are you looking for someone to build you, your new house, or maybe remodel your old aging home? Maybe you need some small work done, like installing a storm door or a new window. Those little home improvements that you just can't find the time for, or maybe you just don't know how. If interested, give us a call at 920-894-7507 or shoot us an email at albrightagainllc@yahoo.com. Jobs big or small, call Albright Again Home Improvements for all your home improvement needs.
At On Point Financial Group, we offer a straightforward, holistic approach to building financial strategies focused on you, your schedule, your circumstance, and your objectives. Whether you are preparing for a milestone life event like retirement, sale of a business, or simply looking for financial protection for the future, On Point Financial Group promises to offer you a new level of attention, insight, and guidance.
At Drexel Building Supply, our mission is to supply happiness. And with that, we are committed to finding the best team members supporting the local builder and maximizing profits to do Jesus' work here on earth. From lumber and trusses to cabinets and doors, let us be organized on your behalf for your next project. Visit us at 274 Cemetery Road in Kiel, or give us a call at 866-328-2583.
Are you looking for a sweet treat, delicious pastries, fresh donuts? How about the best fresh baked bread or hard rolls? Rex Bakery is serving up the delicious bakery that we have come to love. Check out the retail location right in downtown Kiel at 319 Fremont Street, or give them a call to set up a wholesale account for your business. Your fourth generation hometown bakery. Rex Bakery, family owned since 1908.
Welcome back to Kiel Raider Radio. We welcome you from Berlin High School here at home of the Berlin Indians from the South Central Conference. We bring you halftime of Week 2 of the regular 2025 regular football season. Your Raiders trailing the Indians 20-0 here as we get closer and closer to the start of the third quarter. And Brandon, it was a firing offensive effort for the Indians. We knew it. We expected it coming out of the chute. Lots of junior, now senior returners for the Indians. And the Raiders held their own for a quarter and a half, but then the Indians started to open things up, and it's going to be a really physical, tight second half, I think, for both these squads.
Yeah, and if I know anything about this coaching staff, and I might know a little bit about this coaching staff, right. Is they are not going to be afraid to switch things up. We saw it later in that half. We saw Shea originally on an RPO. Kingbaum took it himself, got stuffed right behind the line, and then the next time around they ran the same play, and Schaefer gives it off to Schaefer. Schaefer makes a good 15-20-yard run and gets a first down, moves the chains, and I think we can see adjustments like that moving forward.
So Kiel's going to get the ball to start the second half here. We are set for second half action. It'll be the Indians to kick it away. Baldwin and Schaefer back to return. Here we go, second half action from Berlin High School. It'll be Colin Schwartz, not Baldwin, to return. Schaefer and Schwartz back to return. Ball's going to pull out of bounds. Yellow handkerchief flies from the far side official.
I'm just happy that went out of bounds because if Berlin picks that one up, they get the ball right there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That might be a little bit of inexperience from the returner there.
That was Colin Schwartz. This is his first year out.
Okay.
I believe that was Schwartz on the far side returner, and Schaefer was on the near side. Nevertheless, the Raiders will set up shop at, I believe, the 35-yard line. 1st and 10.
Yeah, and it looks like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but that Berlin kicker has been doing a little bit of a squib kick, a little shorter kick, all 3 of the kickoffs that I've seen so far. So I'm assuming that will probably continue as we go on in this game.
Raiders set up shop, start of the second half, 35-yard line of their own side of the half. Kienbaum from the shotgun. One receiver up the slot. They go to the near side to Holtz. Kienbaum just overshoots Ryan Holtz, the junior. And it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, and I wonder if Kienbaum's feeling a little bit rushed. You're down a good margin right now. I hope he can take a deep breath, calm himself down, not throwing ahead of his receivers. Hopefully, if he can just take a deep breath, calm down, he'll be able to hit those easy little out routes and stuff like that.
Man goes in motion on the far side. They fake the jet sweep. Kienbaum's going to keep it himself. Far side, trying to break through. He's going to just get no yards on the play, just gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now off the Brady Kienbaum keeper.
Yeah, and I believe that was another RPO from the Raiders, and that one just got stuffed. Berlin's defense did a good job of defending not only the quarterback but also Schaefer in the back. I'm thinking that's Schaefer in the backfield for that one.
Yeah. Koenig is on the sideline here, so I would assume so. Senior Kyle Koenig, backup running back to the junior Schaefer. Here's 3rd and 10 from the 35. Shotgun snap. RPO gives it to Schaefer. Schaefer, enough for the first down into the secondary and brought down at about the 43-yard line. Picks up 13, and the Raiders move the chains. Oh, never mind. I thought they started from the 30. It's going to be a gain of 8 on the play. And brings up a 4th and 2. Yep. Apologies.
And again, Kienbaum gave the rock to Schaefer in that one. 4th and 3, my fault.
It's from the third. It's from the 43, and the spot to gain's the 45.
Yeah, I don't know what.
We're gonna call it a 4th and 2. Yeah, I was gonna say, Coach Eswine.
Yeah, Eswine
calls a timeout.
Yeah, Eswine was.
I thought he was maybe gonna see if a spotting ruling here.
I don't think. I think I'm gonna put it down as a 4th and 2 because that is definitely not 3 yards.
You can see it on your screen at 2 yards away from the line to gain.
Yeah.
That orange.
Yeah, they're on the
43.
Line to gains on the 45. You can see. Yeah.
Ball's at the 43. Yeah. So we're gonna say it's a 4th and 2. Raiders take their first timeout of the half, already burning one through. 10:25 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, and the Raiders were looking to get Berlin to jump off sides, and Berlin just stayed disciplined and didn't jump off sides. Great work from the Berlin defense there.
Yeah, that's the experience that comes there. You know, they're not going to fall for something. They know it's 4th and 2. Raiders are going to try to get lucky and move the chains on their mistake, but they stay disciplined, like you said.
Oh, really?
Interesting formation here for the Raiders. It's going to be a snap to Kienbaum takes it himself. Does he have enough for the first down? Still no signal, I believe, from the official.
It will be first down, yep.
The chain gain's moving. It's going to be spotted at the 46-yard line. The Raiders are going to move the chains. Kienbaum off the keeper.
Yeah, and that one, I'm not going to say anything about that one. I will not say anything about that one.
He's just able to inch out a first down, and they'll take it. They'll set up shop at 46-yard line of their own side of the football field here from Berlin High School. Kienbaum from the shotgun, Schaefer to his right. They give it to Schaefer up the middle and just stuffed before he could even get to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an outside linebacker over there, or if that was a. It looks like that was a blitzing backer. Yeah, yep, that was a blitzing backer on the left or on the near side over here, and just perfectly read. Good play call from the Berlin defensive coordinator.
From the 45, it's 2nd and 11. Kienbaum from the shotgun. Schaefer this time to its left. Flag flies from the near side official. I believe it's going to be another false start on the Raiders. That is about their 3rd or 4th false start. About maybe 5th or 6th flag on the night for the Raiders.
Yeah,
just can't afford those pre-snap penalties, especially, Brandon.
Mm-hmm. And it seemed like that might have been a center issue. It seemed like the entire line went, and the ball just kind of stood hesitant for a second. I know Gavin Bartz is sitting right in front of us around the 50. That's the backup center that's in right now.
It's going to be 2nd and 16. Kienbaum off the keeper once again. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, a pickup of 6. So now it's going to be 3rd and 10. More manageable than that 2nd and 16, Brandon. The Raiders will take it.
For sure.
Picks up just a little more off the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this is going to be a long 3rd down for the Raiders. I'm curious to see. A lot of times on these normal passing situations, the Raiders have went for a run. They go for a pass here.
Kienbaum's looking for the near side, just overshoots Holtz. Just through the hands of the junior Ryan Holtz. It's going to bring up 4th and 9 now coming up.
Yeah, and it just seems like Kienbaum this second half so far hasn't gotten anything going passing-wise so far.
Raiders from the 46-yard line are looking to punt. Kienbaum back to punt to the quarterback and punter for the Raiders. Punt off from Kienbaum. Bounces at the 25-yard line. Nice punt from Kienbaum. Rolls to the 20-yard line. And that is where Berlin will now take over on the offensive side of things for the first time here in the second half.
Yeah, and a change and losing the senior kicker and punter Emmett Langenfeld from last year is a little bit of a change for this Raider. A little bit of a change that seems like that's a little bit of a trend here with this Raiders team. A little bit of a change. Not able to get it down within the 10.
Carter Hess under center, 3 backs behind him. 1st and 10 from the 20. Another penalty flies near side line judge. Another pre-snap penalty. We've seen even a few on Berlin in this game, and now it's going to be a false start on the Indians, dropping them back 5 yards. Raiders will take it on the defensive side. Now they got a long 1st and 15 to start their first drive of the second half. We mentioned the quarterback for the Indians, Carter Hess, just a great running threat, not necessarily more a running threat than a throwing threat. And the Raiders knew that coming into this game and have done a decent job shutting him down, but still he has gotten a lot in that first half. Snap to Hess under center. They hand it to Martin, far side, looking for the edge. Martin into the secondary, breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet, being hauled down at midfield. What a run from Jacob Martin. That is the strength we talked about for the senior. And the Raiders finally bring him down at midfield, and it's enough to move the chains.
And looks like probably cramps. If I'm an Indians fan, I'm hoping it's cramps for Jacob Martin. I'm thinking that's the guy down. But yeah, to be honest, great work by the Raiders being able to get a bunch of Raiders that were just couldn't get him down. And it just seemed like he kept running and kept running.
Well, we saw the opposite last year where he broke tackles, and he broke a lot of tackles, a lot more tackles than he did there, and he exploded for a 73 and an 80-yard touchdown. But there, the Raiders eventually able to get him down at midfield, and they'll take that over a 85-yard touchdown for Martin to start the second half.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I've seen from this Raiders team is they do have a couple of the same problems that last year's Raiders team had, where just not getting low enough on the tackles, and that's letting these running backs break free for more yards. That's what happened in the Wrightstown game, was just not getting low enough on those tackles, and those bigger, better running backs are just going to run right through those tackles.
Yeah, well, the Raiders will definitely have to figure out that tackling issue. They got a tough schedule. I mean, they finish up with Berlin here tonight, a tough Roncalli week next Thursday, tough Roncalli game next Thursday, and then they take on Brilliant the following Friday. So a tough two-game stretch after this game here tonight.
Yeah, and sadly for Berlin here, it doesn't look like it's just cramping for Jacob Martin. Us from Kiel Raider Radio wish him the best. Hopefully it's nothing serious. You never want to see that from a high school player, no matter what team. So
absolutely,
we are wishing him the best here at Kiel Raider Radio.
Indians set up shop right at midfield. Hess under center. He's going to hand it to their other back, Benjamin Green. Nice defense from the Raiders. Hold him right back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe 2 yards off the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be right at midfield. Well, the chain gain set up 2 yards ahead, and now the official sets up right back at midfield. Official spotting will be at midfield, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Green, I believe I did see him in the WIS Sports stats from last year, but not too many attempts from him.
Hess is going to keep it, rolling out to the near side, looking long for receiver. He's got it, brings it inside the 30-yard line. Mark at the 25. What a throw to Reddington. Hess to Reddington, senior connection. And the Indians move the chains here with 7 minutes to play in this third quarter.
Yeah, and Reddington, really the only significant receiver from this Berlin team that was returning. 9 receiving touchdowns last season.
Hess under center, 2 backs behind him. Hess is going to keep it, roaming out to the far side, looking for an edge. He's got a few. Nice tackle out on the far side. We've seen a few keepers from Hess. Schaefer able to make the contact and bring him down. Gain of 6 for Hess, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and especially that time for the Raiders, you could see the entire team running down the field, following that running back. Something that you don't see from a lot of high school teams. Sometimes you'll have a player thinking that they're too good to run after the running back, and they'll be walking.
Absolutely. This Raiders team is, we talked about at halftime, it's we over me for the Raiders. Handoff to, I believe that was Green again. It was. Green able to pick up a few. I believe it's going to move the chains for the Raiders, or for the Indians. Indians knocking on the door here in the red zone, inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line coming up. Well, we'll see this Raiders goal line defense coming to action right now. Indians knocking on the door from the Raiders' 8-yard line. Hess under center, 2 backs behind him once again. Hess fakes the pitch out. He's going to keep it himself. Near side edge, touchdown, Berlin Indians. Carter Hess once again, 8 yards, and it's 28-0 Berlin Indians.
Yeah, and and the Raiders just can't seem. It's just more of the same. These bigger runners from the Berlin offense just running straight through tackles, and it's just more of the same. From this Raiders defense.
Hess's second touchdown of the night. He had a 40-yarder back in the second quarter. Now he has an 8-yard touchdown in the third. 5.5 to play. Berlin going to go for the 2-point conversion. Far side pylon, incomplete for Reddington. Nice coverage there from Schaefer. So the Raiders 2 for 4 on stopping the Indians on 2-point conversions here tonight.
Yeah,
and they will get the ball back.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back 2-point conversions that I've seen the Indians go to that play where they have the receiver run out, start backing up, and just go up for it. I think
something they maybe notice on film. Schaefer a little smaller.
I don't think that's Schaefer. I
believe it was. I think it was.
Schaefer?
It was.
Yeah, I thought it was Baldwin.
I thought I saw.
Oh, that is Schaefer.
Yeah,
that is Schaefer. But yeah, Schaefer, not the tallest guy, so they are able to kind of target that.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact Crest Real Estate of Kiel, your team of real estate professionals for over 27 years. Contact Crest at 920-894-HOME or browse current listings at cresthomes.com. Crest Real Estate, experience with results. 28-0 lead here for the Berlin Indians under the South Central Conference here. An 0-1 start to the season for the Indians, but looking to go back to 500 with a win here tonight. Squib kick to the far side. It's going to be a return by Schwartz. Nice return past the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and you can see the Berlin kicker doesn't want anything to do with Mason Schaefer. He's been going to Schwartz the entire time with that squib kick. Doesn't want to let Schaefer run off and get a kick return touchdown like he did multiple times last season.
You think it's intentional they're kicking it to him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
100%.
Yeah? Not just kind of the luck of which side it's going?
Nope.
Okay, interesting. Raiders set up shop. Bad snap. Kienbaum quickly gets it off. Just underthrown to Gardner. A bad snap. Kienbaum had to quickly get it off the Indians' blitz.
Yeah.
Ended up being up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and that's just tough. You saw, as you said, Berlin brought the blitz, and when they bring the blitz, there's just too many guys and not enough offensive linemen. And when you add a kind of muff snap to that, not going to lead to good things.
Raiders have struggled with some bad snaps this game. In practice this week, they struggled with it a little bit, I noticed too, but something they'll have to fix moving on to the season, just costly turnovers. Keeper for Kienbaum on the RPO. He's past the 40-yard line looking for the near side edge, mark at the 43-yard line. 4 yards short of the first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the 43.
After a gain of 6, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and S-Wine seems to really like going to those RPOs when you've got a quarterback as fast as Kienbaum is, and you've got a running back as good as Schaefer is, or even Schwartz when he's back there, or even Kyle when he's back there. You just go to those RPOs.
Hand off to Schaefer. Nice cut up the seam. Schaefer still on his feet. Into the secondary, still on his feet, and brought down at the 41-yard line of Berlin. Mark at the 40-yard line. And the Raiders are going to move the chains here into Berlin's side of the field.
Yeah, and dare I say, you can kind of see the Bryce Gullickson influence on Mason Schaefer going a little shifty with it, able to juke out some of the Berlin defenders.
Yeah, Schaefer said it was a great opportunity for him to be behind Bryce in his younger sophomore year. I apologize. Being behind Bryce last year, he told me it was a great opportunity, still being young, to get that experience and especially the talent, like you said, that Gullickson had. And now he can carry over this year, getting more reps. But still, he said he owes it to the men up front, Brandon.
And that's just like Bryce. Bryce would always give his credits to the linemen up front, the guys in the trenches.
That shows the maturity of a running back for sure. Another RPO. Kienbaum's going to keep it. Loss of a yard on the play. Loss of about 2 behind the sticks. And it's going to be 3rd and 12 now coming up.
Loss on the play leaves Kiel a 3rd.
Yeah, and just a lot of blown up plays from this Raiders offense. And Berlin has that 3-man front that just seems to be leading troubles for this Raiders offensive line.
We've seen quite a few RPOs tonight. Do you think they go a little more pass game, try to get some quick touchdowns? They're down big here, approaching the end of the third, 2:50 to play.
I think you might almost have to.
Schaefer here on the handoff. Near side hashes. Schaefer makes a move, still on his feet,
or
into
just
the
give
secondary.
It to Schaefer and let him work.
Schaefer, one man to beat, and he is in. Touchdown, Mason Schaefer. Raiders on the board for the junior Schaefer running back.
That might be my favorite announcer's jinx of all time.
Yep.
You just asked me, do you think they should keep going with the RPOs? And I'm like, I don't know. You almost have to go to the passing game. Nope, just Mason Schaefer. Just give the ball to Schaefer and let him work.
Why not, right? Schaefer is super fast, super quick, and he is in. Raiders finally on the board here tonight. Gardner on for the extra point. First extra point we've seen tonight from either team. Little bobbled snap, a good hold, and a better kick for Gardner right through the uprights. And the Raiders are on the board for the first time tonight. 7:28 with 2:39 to play here in the third quarter. Do you want a classic cut like a flat top or a modern cut like an undercut? Or are you looking for a new style altogether? If the answer is yes, stop in at Goodfellas Barbershop. Goodfellas is now a father-son business with the ability to accommodate more walk-ins for a great haircut with great service. Come to Goodfellas Barbershop, located at 630 Fremont Street. Interested in an appointment? Call 920-894-HAIR. That's 920-894-4247. Goodfellas Barbershop. Cut the way you like it. Raiders on the board for the first time tonight off the Mason Schaefer touchdown.
Yeah, and I think if I'm Coach Eswine here, I almost go a little trickery here and try maybe an onside kick just to maybe get Berlin thinking and get Berlin off guard.
Yeah, you're down 3 touchdowns with 2:39 to play in the third quarter. Not a lot of time to catch back up here. So I would 100% agree, but you got to execute this onside kick then. You can't give Berlin any good field positioning still with a lot of game to play.
Blake Gardner back there kicking.
It's going to be not an onside kick. Nice kick, though, inside the 10. Rolling to the 5-yard line. Is going to be picked up and returned by Hess. Tackled on the far side. Mark it not sure. This near side officials not sure where they marked it. Yeah, he's kind of just 21-yard line mark it, I believe.
Yeah, and not often do you see a quarterback back there kick returning.
Yeah, I mean, at this high Division 5, Kiel's Division 5, Berlin's Division 4, not the bigger school. You got to have your quarterback playing defense, got to be on special teams. Kienbaum is the punter, plays a lot of defense, significant minutes, and obviously the big quarterback for the Raiders. So the Indians will set up shop at the 21-yard line, first and 10.
Backfield.
Hess under center, 2 backs behind him. They fake it to one, give it to the other. near side edge. That's going to be number 23, Xander Beck. Nice. Flag back at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and it looked. I'm gonna assume that that's gonna be a hold on the Indians.
We've seen a few holds tonight as well, too, for both squads.
And I think this was mentioned last week on the broadcast. New WIA rule. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's on a hold. It's 10 yards from the original line of scrimmage, not the spot of where the foul occurred anymore.
I believe you're correct, and I think Chris and Derek mentioned that week 1 as well, I saw, which is very interesting.
And I think that...
Shout out to Audrey McNatt, Jane Routman. Thank you for tuning into the Facebook. So to move the Indians back. Hess, I believe, on the keeper.
Yeah, and what I was going to say, if there wasn't a holding call on that last play for Berlin, is it looked like Ryan Holtz just wasn't able to get that outside contain, and that would have been result of the hold. He got held, wasn't able to get that outside contain, and that's what got Berlin to break through on that play. Split backfield again here for Berlin.
2nd and 14 from the Berlin 19-yard line. Snap to Hess under center. He's going to keep it himself. Far side hashes. Nice tackle there from Schwartz. Good gain on the play. Moves it back inside the sticks. 5-yard gain on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and 4.
10-yard gain.
10-yard gain, sorry.
As
I was listening to
the
PA.
The PA announcer said 5-yard gain, but 10-yard gain.
It's Brandon and I's first broadcast of the football season. We're still working out the jitters.
Yeah.
This is
third. Split backfield again here.
They've seen quite a few split backfields in this game. Hess on the keeper once again. Nice tackle from, I believe that was Schwartz, correct, Brandon?
I'm going to say yes.
I think it was.
Baldwin.
It's going to be 4th and 1 from the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Baldwin was talked about in my interview with Funkhauser today. Him along with Ryan Holtz and Connor Bondi have been in the weight room putting in the work, and that's showing currently on the football field.
4th and 1 from the 30-yard line. Raiders need a big stop here on defense. Hess under center. Plays blown dead.
Okay.
Berlin's going to take a timeout. Their first of the half.
Yeah, great discipline from the Raiders defense there. I'm going to say that there was no play call from Berlin there. They were just trying to get the Raiders to jump off sides. Great work from that D-line. Great work from the backers, not flinching one bit. Keeping an eye on the ball, keeping an eye on their man, making sure that you don't go if they don't go.
Our Raider broadcasts are proudly supported by Craig Benversi, your Dairyland seed dealer. Now with Alforex, Alfalfa, and Lacrosse seed, KB Seeds is your local Dairyland seed dealer with corn, beans, silage, and DLF seed dealer of the top-of-the-line Alfalfa. Craig Benversi, 920-207-0830. Contact him for all your corn, soybeans, alfalfa, silage, and grass needs. So it's a 28-7 score here in the third quarter of action. 12 seconds to play. Likely will be the final play of the quarter, and it's going to be a good one. It's a 4th and 1 from the Indians' 30-yard line. Raiders defense needs a big stop here to end the third quarter. Snap to Hess under center. It's a direct snap, and he is going to get the first down by plenty. And the Indians move the chains. Great play call from the Indians offense, and that is going to likely take us to the end of the third quarter. Berlin's going to let it tick, and it will. Third quarter ended here from Berlin High School. The Indians 28, Raiders 7. Final quarter of action here tonight on the way. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
On Point Financial Group, we offer a straightforward, holistic approach to building financial strategies focused on you, your schedule, your circumstance, and your objectives. Whether you are preparing for a milestone life event like retirement, sale of a business, or simply looking for financial protection for the future, On Point Financial Group promises to offer you a new level of attention, insight, and guidance.
Stop in at Mike's Kiel Lounge, the coolest bar in town with a bird's eye view of the river. Open every day at noon except Tuesdays at 1:30. Stop in for some great food and drinks and check out our daily specials. On Monday, enjoy half-price appetizers. On Tuesday, cheeseburgers and fries. Wednesday, indulge on chili cheese fries. On Thursdays, brat patties and poppers. And on Fridays, enjoy mini tacos and chicken wings. Right next to the post office in Kiel, visit Mike's Kiel Lounge.
Last year, the Raiders defeated the Indians here in Week 2 rematch. This year, the Indians lead at 28-7 against the Raiders. Berlin, before the quarter ended, were able to convert on a 4th and 1, and now they are knocking on the door looking for their 5th touchdown of the evening. Raiders defense have been working all night, and they look to continue to do so as we enter the 4th here from Berlin.
Yeah, and this is really the first time tonight that the Raiders have a little bit of momentum. They don't have a lot, but they have just a little bit of that oomph as there's a pitch to 23.
Pitch out to Xander Beck. Picks up a few yards, about 4 yards. 3 yards, that's going to bring up 2nd and 7 from the 36-yard line of Berlin.
We were just talking about after that kickoff how players at this level, D4, D5, have to play multiple sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special teams. That tackle made by Kingbaum, great read coming from the safety position. I believe that's what he plays. Yes, the safety position, and great read from Kingbaum.
Hess under center, 2 backs behind him once again. Reddington going in motion. He's going to go out to the near side. All eyes on Reddington, far side. He's got it. Brings it inside the 25-yard line. What a play call from Berlin.
Flag on the play.
There
in
is
the
a flag.
backfield.
Might be a hold on Berlin.
Could be a hold. I don't think it's roughing the passer. I think it was called first. Yup, hold.
Great bailout for the Raiders. I mean, what a play from Berlin. They put Reddington in motion, and then all eyes. You saw all eyes. Hess had his eyes on Reddington the whole time and delivered a beauty of a pass down the near sideline. So it's going to back them up 10 yards, correct, Brandon?
Correct, yes.
So now they're going to be well behind the sticks, and it's a 2nd down and long.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I believe it was on the inside, so that would have been Funkhauser or Bondi that got held there, but they were making a run and then got pulled back, and the holding was called.
Reddington goes in motion once again. He's going to go out to the far side. They hand it off to Green, who's been used for the injured Martin here in the second half.
Yeah, and that play just absolutely blown up by the Raiders defense. Any step that Green took, there was a Raider hitting them with their shoulder pads. And now we've got a 3rd and 13.
3rd and long here for the Indians. Raiders defense needs a big stop. It's from the 32-yard line. Indians break. One goes to the far side, one to the near side.
Looks like without Martin back there, they're going 2 in the backfield with split back this entire time.
Hess under center. Play action. Hess looking. Deep pass. He's looking for Reddington up the middle. Incomplete. Just overshoots his senior wide receiver. That's going to be 4th and 13 coming up.
Yeah, and Hess had so much time back there just overthrow through that ball. Is that Hess back there as a punter as well? It is. He's the punter for Berlin's offense as well.
Isn't it so fun just to see these athletes playing all around the field? I mean, it's truly something unique compared to, Division I, Division II high school football.
Yeah.
There's a beauty of a punt by Carter Hess. Rolls just out of bounds, though, as I say.
And Carter and the punter didn't want anything to do with Schaefer. That time he even scared himself, went that side. Luckily for the Indians, he was able to get that out of bounds and not let Schaefer be able to bring that ball. And now it looks like Hess is down with some cramps.
That is not a good sign. You got Martin down now, and now potentially Hess with potentially cramp. We're not too sure, but that's a big loss.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that that's a cramp.
Stretching him out.
Yeah,
it's always a sign.
Yeah,
Nevertheless, the Raiders get the ball back here with 9:48 to play in the fourth quarter. Down 3 scores. What do the Raiders have to do to get a quick one here and try to keep themselves within reason here in the fourth?
If I'm SY and I'm going right back to what has worked, give the ball to Schaefer. The line has been on and off. If he can get on, Schaefer's got the speed, Schaefer's got the agility, he'll be able to go for a run.
This is where the Raiders can take advantage here. They thought they would be able to outrun, I guess you could say, the Indians here in the final stretch. Berlin's tired. Raiders got to make this final push here in the fourth. Down 3 scores. Kienbaum able to escape the pocket, but is brought down in the backfield. There is a flag, though, a few moments ago.
I'm going to assume hold there.
Before Kienbaum escaped the pocket.
Yeah, and great work from Berlin's secondary. Kienbaum had a good amount of time in the pocket, just nothing was able to get past that secondary of the Indians.
Yeah, nice job noticing the pocket collapsing for Kienbaum, but again, he's able to escape it, but then brought down, and then on top of that, a holding call for the Raiders. It's going to move him back 10 yards, mark it the 20-yard line. They need the 40. It's going to be the first and 20 from the Raiders' 20. 2 receivers near side. Schaefer to the left of Kienbaum in the shotgun. Schaefer's going to go out wide. Fakes it out to Schaefer. Kienbaum's going to keep it himself. He's got a nice run up the chute. Picks up about 10, I believe. Inside the sticks. And it's going to be second down, too. Great run from Kienbaum now to make it a second and well manageable compared to a first and 20.
Second and 7 for Kienbaum, and that's another dual threat. You've got the speed of Schaefer, but you've also got the speed of Kienbaum. You've got the pass threat of Kienbaum and Holt. Really a 3-way offense here for the Raiders.
9 minutes to play. Bad snaps. Able to get it off the handoff. Handoff to Schaefer. Go. Schaefer still on his feet, breaking multiple tackles. Flag is at the 37-yard line. We got a few flags, one at the 38 and then one after the play was over.
So
a lot to sort out here.
I'm going to say that the call at the 48, I'm going to say the call at the 48's on the Indians. I'm going to say the call on the 42 is on the Raiders. I'm assuming blocking the back over here.
Or a holding,
maybe. And a horse collar over here.
Let's see if you're correct, Brandon. Yeah, he did point toward horse collar. That's going to be one of them. Face mask on the Indians.
Oh.
Personal foul. And then they wave off another one. So it's just going to be the personal foul on the Indians. Let's see where they're going to spot the ball here. After
it's going to be
nice run from Schaefer, correct?
It should be a 15-yard penalty going in favor of the Raiders.
Is it from the spot of the foul?
It is from the spot of the foul, that one. It's just holding calls that are from
line of scrimmage.
The original line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
and that is
moving up big here in Berlin's side of the field. It's going to set them up.
And really, if I'm Berlin, I kind of got to bail out there because now you're only at the 30 where Schaefer had no one in front of him if he breaks that tackle.
Yeah. Schwartz goes in motion. They give it to him on the jet sweep, looking for the far side edge. Schwartz is brought down a little behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like he could have had an opening on that far side edge, but Indians just blow it up, and Raiders lose 2 on the play.
Yeah, you got that analysis down pat right there. That's exactly what happened there.
I'm taking your job, Brandon. Sorry. They got 2 receivers now to the near side. It's 2nd and 8 off the gain of 2. Kienbaum keeps it. Far side, he's got a huge opening. Kienbaum into the secondary. Tripped up by Carter Hess inside the 20. Under 8 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and I don't know if the coach Eswine is seeing something that I'm not, but it looks like man defense. And if you look at number 4 way back in the backfield, he is playing so far off.
Both those safeties are playing far up.
Mm-hmm.
Kienbaum looking to pass up the shoot for Holtz. Just missed his hands, incomplete. A little push on Hess. I thought it could have been pass interference. Nevertheless, good coverage from Hess, but
I'm going to guess that the ref in the back was assuming that was uncatchable, and that's why there was no pass interference call. I would disagree, but
it was a little soft. I mean, the refs are going to let that play through in a physical game like this. Bad snap again. Kienbaum from the shotgun's going to have to take it himself. Kienbaum still able to make yards out of it. Near side, brings it in. Touchdown Raiders. Brady Kienbaum, the bad snap. Flag on the play back towards the line of scrimmage.
Hess is down, cramping.
Lots to sort out here. It's going to be a flag. What did they call a flag on the Raiders? Holding. Holding on the Raiders erases the Kienbaum touchdown. 20-yard touchdown for the junior. Erased, and it's going to back up the Raiders.
Yeah, tough.
10 yards.
Tough break from the Raiders. But the Indians get one taken back. But regardless, great play from Kienbaum.
Yeah.
Being able to pick up that botched snap and be able to take it into the end zone.
And score, That's really showing like sparks of really good stuff for Kienbaum, the junior. Now it sets them back behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 20. They give it to Schaefer up the middle. Gets it right back to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 10 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and about 10 from the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I need another injury timeout. Oh.
It's like a painful cramp. One of the linemen, Andrew Salm, I think.
Okay.
Oh, I hate to see that.
Yeah.
Looked painful, too.
He tried to get up, and Andrew is not – and I know Andrew is not one to stay down on the field if he can get off.
Absolutely. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact Crest Real Estate of Kiel, your team of real estate professionals for over 27 years. Contact Crest at 920-894-HOME or browse current listings at cresthomes.com. Crest Real Estate, experience with results. Do you want a classic cut like a flat top or a modern cut like an undercut? Or are you looking for a new style altogether? If the answer is yes, stop in at Goodfellas Barbershop. Goodfellas is now a father-son business with the ability to accommodate more walk-ins for a great haircut with great service. Come to Goodfellas Barbershop, located at 630 Fremont Street. Interested in an appointment? Call 920-894-HAIR. That's 920-894-4247. Goodfellas Barbershop. Cut the way you like it.
Well, as we wait for senior captain Andrew Salm to come off the field, hope again, wishing the best for him. It looks like he's coming off on his own terms.
Great to see. Great to see he's walking on his own. Yeah.
But hey, the Brewers are up 7-2 right now on the second best team in the MLB. So
who are they playing?
The Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, really? They're good? I haven't watched too much baseball.
Second best record in the MLB.
Nice.
Only behind the Brewers.
Come on.
Shout out Bryce Turang.
7:24 and rolling here in the fourth quarter. Kienbaum from the shotgun. Schaefer to his right. Looking to the near side. Escapes 2 men, but is taken down by James Paskey for another sack.
Yeah, you can see them missing Andrew Salm on the inside there. You see them missing Andrew Salm on the inside there.
We
Okay.
talked about the younger guys stepping up last week in Sheboygan Falls. Now in a much bigger game, bigger atmosphere here tonight. Someone had to come in for Salm, and had to make up his work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fourth down. Raiders going for it behind the sticks. Kienbaum gives it to Schaefer, lets him do it on the ground. It's going to be well short of the first down sticks. And the Indians are going to take over on downs here with 6.5 to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I'm going to say that Logan, how were you going to say that? I don't remember.
Logan Oldrich.
Okay.
Getting some good minutes as a freshman there for the injured Andrew Salm.
I'm going to say that Oldrich came in for Salm there.
I believe you're correct.
I believe.
I think I did see a 77.
Yep. He just came off the field now, but I see Sean Kleinhunt's in there. I see Connor Bondi on the right side of the defensive line. I see Miller on the near side of the defensive line at the defensive end position.
Hess under center, 2 backs behind him. Hess is going to keep it himself. Far side looking for the edge. Tripped up in the backfield by Ryan Holtz. Nice trip up from Holtz. There was not really a lot in front of Hess, so that was a big trip up from Holtz to avoid a big play.
Great work from Holtz. No, I guarantee you he looked upfield, saw that he needed to make that play, and he did. Steps up in a big situation. Now with only 6 minutes to play, every yard matters.
Yeah, Raiders are going to need a stop here if they want to stick in this ball game. Down 3 scores. Clock running here in the fourth quarter.
I'll take it one further. Every second matters.
Yeah.
And there's a flag on the play.
Give me another pre-snap penalty. False start on the Indians. I mean, there have been just as many pre-snap penalties for the Indians as there have been the Raiders, Brandon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's still week 2.
Right.
You've got, well, I guess this Indians team isn't young no more, but this Raiders team is still young, maybe a little bit undisciplined. But yeah, and Indians go to the split back once again.
Carter Hess hands it up the center. This is to Green once again.
Should be short.
Looks like a yard short of the sticks. So now it's going to be 3rd and 1, right from the Indians' 25-yard line. Looks like 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and Sean Kleinhunt's coming off the field, did a good job stepping in for Funkhauser in that situation, but now Funkhauser, the big body, going to come back in to try to stop this 3rd and 2.
Big 3rd and 2 here for the Raiders defense. Hess under center. Looking for something, looks confused. Now gets his line set. Hess under center. Hands it off. He's got the first down. Green once again. Green has done a great job in place for the injured Martin in the backfield. He picks up a big first down, and the clock continues to roll here. 4:39 and rolling in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and if the Raiders still want a chance here, they're going to have to get a quick turnover, quick stop. But if they can't do that, I believe another first down, and that's your dagger.
Yeah, I believe you are correct. Indians are just going to keep milking this clock. Receiver here to the near side. Another split back for the Indians. Hess under center. A lot of the same formation we've seen tonight. Hess gets his line set under center. Gets the snap. Hands it off to Green. Nice stop for the Raiders D-line. Only able to pick up a few.
Yeah, and it looks like more and more subs coming onto the field for the Raiders.
Yep.
And Berlin here drawing the timeout, and I believe that's what was going on when you said something didn't look right. I believe that was just the quarterback taking up some time, waiting for the play clock to run down.
Yep.
And
so now it's a 2nd and 6 from the Indians' 35. Another split back for the Indians offense. And hands it off to Green once again, far side. Great job tackling here for the Raiders. It's 3rd down, picks up a couple yards.
yeah, and at this point, you just want another shot on offense
Right.
if you're the Raiders.
Absolutely. Down 3 score, getting your subs in, getting some good minutes here in the final minutes from Berlin High School. Nevertheless, it's a 3rd and 3 from the Indians' 39-yard line. Let's see if the Raiders can hold them here on 3rd down.
Yeah, 2:30 left here from Berlin High School. And the Raiders showed signs of something, but overall the Indians just outpowered as there's another 1st down. And I believe, Miles, that will be your dagger.
That is definitely the dagger, Brandon. 28-7, Berlin moves the chains likely for the final time tonight. Approaching 2 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Give a lot of credit to this Raiders team. We knew how talented this Indians team was going to be tonight. They have a lot of great weapons, a lot of great outside perimeter athletic seniors for the Indians. And Raiders held their own. Like you said, they showed signs of life. But really, it was just the Indians from the start with that opening drive touchdown, Brandon.
Yeah, and Berlin wasn't able to score since that first drive of the 3rd quarter. They haven't scored since then.
Yeah.
So that just proves a little bit of something. And Berlin still has their starters out there.
Yeah. Nice job for these backups getting in and not showing any discipline, or showing discipline and not giving up.
Yeah, the Raiders have most of their subs in, while the Indians, there's still Hess in the backfield, even with the injury problems that he's kind of had tonight. I'm surprised they're keeping him back there.
I think if you're the Raiders, you move on to Roncalli next week, Thursday. You really got to work out the ifs in your offense. You know the run game's there with Schaefer, Koenig. You really just have to get that pass game going. Against talented teams like this, it's going to be a make or break of the game and of your season. But the Raiders, a reloaded squad, like we said, have shown great life so far in these first 2 weeks. Indians in the victory formation, 36 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, that'll take us to the end.
Indians are going to walk off the field. Raiders walk off the field, and that is going to do it here from Berlin High School. The Raiders 7, Berlin 28, your final. We'll step aside, take a break, bring you the post-game show. You're listening to Kiel Football on Kiel Raider Radio.
At Parker John's, we do barbecue the right way, from tender pulled pork to slow smoked brisket.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not in the mood for barbecue? Our Stonefire pizzas are baked to perfection. Looking to wet your whistle? We've got great craft beers, signature cocktails, and loaded Bloody Marys. Parker John's is a family-friendly place to have a smoking good time. So whether you're here for all-you-can-eat nights or just a great meal, we're bringing the smoking good flavor 7 days a week. Come on down, we can't wait to have you.
Parker John's.
Looking for a bank that knows your name and your story? At Cowan State Bank in Kiel, we're more than just numbers and accounts. We're neighbors, friends, and financial partners. For over 100 years, we've been helping our neighbors buy homes, grow businesses, and plan for the future. With personal service you just won't find at the big banks, at Cowan State Bank, we're right here with you every step of the way. Cowan State Bank, rooted in our community, invested in you.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
Looking to replace the living room floor? Do you want to update the bathroom, switching to hardwood, or are you installing carpet? Signature Flooring & More has you covered. Their showroom is for everyone from flooring installers to DIYers. Find the flooring you need to complete your new kitchen or an updated bathroom by visiting Signature Flooring & More, located next to Dollar General in Kiel. Signature Flooring has you covered from installation to selection to tool rental. Call Ryan today at 920-286-6041 for all of your flooring needs.
At Drexel Building Supply, our mission is to supply happiness. And with that, we are committed to finding the best team members supporting the local builder and maximizing profits to do Jesus' work here on earth. From lumber and trusses to cabinets and doors, let us be organized on your behalf for your next project. Visit us at 274 Cemetery Road in Kiel or give us a call at 866-328-2583.
Today's Kiel Raider football game is proudly supported by Premier Financial Credit Union, Todd Oleg and New York Life, the Gravel Pit Sports Bar and Grill, Kiel Booster Club, Signature Flooring & More, Amplify Health by Bell and Titletown, Parker John's Barbecue and Pizza, Yard 65 Brewery and Events, Kiel Lounge, Albright Again LLC, On Point Financial Group, Rex Bakery, Collins State Bank, Crest Real Estate, Goodfellas Barbershop, Dynamic Heating and Cooling, Craig University or Dairyland Seed Dealer, Drexel Building Supply, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. Well, folks, your final here from Berlin High School. Your Raiders 7, the Indians 28. Great Week 2 game, a great atmosphere here tonight. Hour and a half away from our hometown of Kiel, Wisconsin. We're glad we could bring you a little bit of first half coverage and all of second half coverage here on Kiel Raider Radio. But in the end, your Raiders dropped to 1-1, and the Indians move up to 1-1. Both teams sitting at 500 now, entering Week 3. Brandon, it was a great game. Raiders showed a tons of sign of life throughout this one. This is going to be a really fun and unique team to watch this year. What really popped out to you in this one, and what do you look for next week against Roncalli?
Well, I think the player that popped out to me the most in this game was Mason Schaefer. Just every run, he's going 100%. He's blowing through tacklers. He's breaking tackles, juking out tacklers, using what he learned from sitting behind Bryce Gullickson last season, and putting that to use in this one. Sadly, Raiders could not get it done, and really the young guys from this offensive line really impressed me tonight. We saw Logan Oldrick. Logan Oldrick come in, and you really couldn't tell a difference between when he was in and when the first string was in.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's a great sign. Like last week, those younger guys had to step up when Raiders dealt with some second-half cramps. So that's obviously really great to see. You know, you're worried about your front and center guys, but to have the same intensity and aggression for those backup guys, those secondary guys, the younger guys, is obviously great to see. And I mentioned this before, but this Raiders team is going to be really fun to watch in weeks ahead. They have a tough next two games. It'll be Roncalli next week, Thursday, and Brillion the following Friday. Brillion the following Friday, and we'll obviously be live for those. For Berlin, a great win tonight. They have so many great offensive weapons we talked about throughout the broadcast. They will be back here next Friday taking on Nakusa. I believe that's a non-conference opponent, likely, maybe.
No, I believe
that's in South Central.
That should be a conference game.
Matchup. That'll be their conference opener here back at Berlin. And yeah, Brandon, overall thoughts on Berlin's victory tonight? Obviously, really, really talented group of guys.
Yeah, Berlin really impressed me tonight with their consistency. Like, it wasn't Like the entire game, they had kind of the same energy. They never seemed like they would relax. They kept the pressure on right up until the end. And, I mean, great work from, again, just a testament to this Raiders team, team's depth. They were able to hold them to one touchdown in the second half, and that was on their first drive.
Mm-hmm.
So this Raiders team and this Berlin team could go pretty far in playoffs, and to be the game, just flat out, the game was closer than the scoreboard says.
Mm-hmm.
There were two or three big mistakes that the Raiders made, and Berlin capitalized.
Absolutely, and the talent they have, they can definitely capitalize. A great game overall here tonight. Your final score: Kiel 7, Berlin 28. From Berlin High School, I'm Miles Detroit, Brandon Muehlbauer, Allie Muehlbauer saying so long from Berlin, Wisconsin. We'll be back next week, Thursday, for week 3 of the football season against Roncalli. Have a great